Hi ladies and gentlemen, I am back again, your girl the Diabetic Diva here, and it is time for me to change my infusion set. I change this about every 3 days. So anyway, it's time. So what I'm going to do is, and you really can't see too well my pump here, I'm trying to fix it to where you can see it. I'm going to actually press Act, and I'm going to go down to Reservoir plus Set. I don't know if you can see it here on this. There we go. I'm going to press Act again. Go to Reservoir Setup. Uh-oh, I just dropped my pump. It's going to say Rewind, and it's going to give you a message there. Make sure that you are disconnected. Press Act again. And the pump is rewinding. What's actually happening is, if you look right there inside of the reservoir holder, you see that gray plunger. It is slowly moving backwards so that I can load the pump with insulin. So while it's doing that, I'm going to show you what you'll need. Of course, you'll need your vials or pins. I have two here just because this one's is low, and so I know I'm going to have to, go into this one. Not to waste insulin, it's expensive. Your introducer comes with your pump. Your infusion, that beeping sound there, that was just telling me that it was done rewinding. You will need your quick set, infusion set. You will also need a reservoir. And I use these things here, protective barrier wipes or skin prep wipes. It gets the skin ready. You'll only need one. And so what you'll do, I'm going to kind of point my camera down, not to point it at my chest here. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your infusion set, and it has an arrow on it. We're going to rip it open. I just set that off to the side. I leave it in its packaging until I'm ready for it. You'll take your reservoir, open it, and I've already cleaned off this top with alcohol. This one I won't need to do because it's brand spanking new and it has a top cap on it already. But you're going to take, and as you see here, it has a needle in it. So those who think that you're going to get away from needles by using a insulin pump, you're not. You just use needles a lot less per se. So I'm going to put air. I usually go ahead and do it about 2.8. Put the air into your first vial. I'm going to draw that insulin out of there. I have a little air that I'm going to put into my second vial here. And this has a needle in it, so it's just like I'm just poking the bottle itself. And all I'm going to do is, there's air bubbles going up into that, so I know it's air going in there. And I'm just going to draw out the rest of my insulin. And each diabetic puts a different amount of insulin in his or her reservoir. I put about 2.8 in mine. And this just twists off and you disconnect it. And then I take this needle part off and properly dispose of it in my sharps container. So now you have this here, your reservoir. And I'm going to sit this. I actually leave this piece on the plunger on so I can sit it upright. I never lay mine down. You're going to take your infusion set, and it does come with a cap because most diabetics do take their pump off, usually when they go in the pool or shower, hot tub, whatever. So you'll need that cap for that. So hold on to that cap, don't throw it away. Take this out. I like to pull my paper off. Get off there. This is your infusion set. It has a needle in it to poke into your reservoir here. Just stick it right in and twist. Okay, something happened there. It's supposed to go in and twist. Twist it in. push it in, twist it in, and it locks in place. That's what you want. As you see here, this blue cap hides another needle because there's a catheter on the other side of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to twist off the plunger, take my insulin pump, and I'm going to stick it into that empty hole. That's where your reservoir goes. So we're going to just drop it down in there. I use my tray to kind of hold the other end of my infusion set. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist it in, as you see here. My measurements don't always show in the window, and that's okay. This just shows me how much insulin I have in there. So what I'm going to do, now that I have rewound it, I'm going to take my infusion set, and this is the part that sticks into your body. So this part does have a needle, so do be careful with it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press act, and it says rewind complete. I'm going to press act again. It's going to ask me, am I disconnected? Yes or no. If you say no, it's going to tell you to disconnect yourself, and it's not going to let you prime this tubing. So yes, I am. I used my little arrow button and went down to yes. Press act again, and then hold act to fill up your tubing. And it's the little plunger part that's going to the... What you're going to do is wait until you see drops. There we go. Get a couple drops. Set that down. Now your tubing is primed. Now for the fun part. This side I have my continuous glucose monitor on, and this is the side that I used the last time. So I am going to change, and you want to alternate sites. So what I'm going to do is show you guys really quickly. I use any meaty, fatty part of your body will do. Back here, right here will do just fine. So I'm going to go here. You can go in here or in your abdomen or whatever, but I'm going to go right here. Wipe in a circular motion. Roll my shirt up just a little bit so you guys can see it. You take your introducer. While that's drying a little bit, you want it to dry a little bit because it'll get tacky. That skin prep. And you're going to put it in. See, there's a little part that has an opening. This is where you're going to stick that little arm in there. Put it in like so. Take off the tape covers. Always do that first before you push down. Use the cap on this needle to push down. See, your introducer is now loaded. Twist off that little tiny cap piece, and as you see here, there is a needle in there. I don't know how well you guys can see it. It's rather thin and small, but there's a needle in there. So what you're going to do, and this may or may not hurt, is put that lid right against your skin. And there's two buttons on each side of this introducer that I'm pressing. 1, 2, 3. And it went in. Press in on the top button of the introducer. You've just placed your infusion set. This blue piece comes out. That is the needle. Pull it out. There's your needle. And it has a safety mechanism on it, so you want to fold that over. That folds over your needle and covers it, and you cannot pull this thing open. So now you have just placed your infusion set. Now when you're done, this will tell you to press ESC. You are, because you do not want to prime your tubing anymore into yourself. You'll give yourself too much insulin, and that presents problems. So what you're going to do, it says, do you see drops at end of tubing? We did see those drops. So we're going to arrow down to yes and press act. Fill cannula, connect set to body, press act to fill. This is my new infusion set, so I do want to press act because I want to make sure that where that needle was, there's a little tiny catheter there, little plastic piece. that's sticking in under my skin. I want to make sure that I get insulin into that catheter. So we don't want to skip this step. We want to press yes. And your doctor or your diabetes educator will tell you what to use as far as your fill cannula. My doctor said use 0.5, so it's flashing 0.5, which is what I want. I'll press act, and it'll go. And it'll put in the 0.5, and it'll beep at me. So, and actually, I like to wear my pump. I usually sometimes will wear my pump. Like today I have on looser clothes. I'll wear my pump probably on my hip. Just easier to access. And that beeping means that it was complete. And the screen will just go blank shortly, as you see. And here it shows that my reservoir is full. Shows me the time. And it also shows me that my battery is now full too, because I changed my battery. This will last you about 3 days. Usually most doctors say, and diabetes educators will say, every 3 days you'll change your infusion set. I don't recommend going any longer than that. That presents a problem. You may run the risk of infections. Your insulin may not be as stable in the reservoir, blah, blah, blah. You can wear your pump doing anything, even in hot weather. Just ask that you, it's not recommended that you go outside and lay out in the sun with your pump on. It can present some other problems. So if you're one of those sunbathers that likes to lay out, you do want to discuss that with your diabetes educator and your physician as to what you should be doing. Other than that, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to place your comments below, like my video, subscribe down below, and look for more videos from me, the Diabetic Diva. Have a nice day.